you're still talking. So we're going to apply the trig functions. If you would be quiet, we can get through this quickly. Okay. That's better. I can hear myself think now. There's a device called a clinometer. This is the official name. It measures angles. Yeah, so you look through it, you look up at or down at an object, and it tells you the angle of elevation or depression. Okay, so let's say you're happy old me, and there's a mountain here that you want to see how high the angle of elevation is. A clinometer will tell you that angle of elevation.
That's a nice drawing, sir.
Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm an artist in the wood shop, not on paper. Okay. With that angle of elevation, you can find the height of that mountain. That's what a clinometer is. That's just a ghetto version of it.
My dad had to do that like when he was in high school or something. Like
you can get approximate values for the angle of elevation and depression using your cell phone. There's an application, well, I've always used eye level. And if you take your phone or whatever and look over the edge of it at an object, the angle degree measure will show up on there. Okay. So this app has a level on it, but it also gives you the degree measure. So if you take your phone and look along the edge up, and it gives you a number, that is the angle of elevation or depression. So we're going to try it out tomorrow. Sound good? Okay, if you want to look down at an object, this is called the angle of, I'm sad, depression. Okay. You can use that information to figure out how tall or how far away from objects you are. Right? Okay. You are a curious being, and you look at, let's say, a lamppost.
I'm probably looking at a Christmas tree.
And you think, boy, I wonder how tall that lamppost is, and you just happen to have a clinometer in your pocket and a tape measure.
23 feet.
Okay?
Wow, what a loser.
And you can actually do the math. And we'll make you black because we're not racist here.
Wow.
Is that so you can jump to the top of the light post?
Oh my God.
Okay, so, okay, see you later. Let us say you have your tape measure and you step 15 feet away from that lamp post.
I bet he could still jump.
And let's say you use your clinometer to determine that this is a 33-degree angle. How tall? What is the height of that?
That would be.
Would you do a squared plus b squared?
Wouldn't that be sine?
Oh, no, that's it. Never mind. That's it.
Yeah, we only have one side, so we can't use the Pythagorean theorem.
It would be sine of 33 degrees.
So we first have to figure out the triangle, right?
And then how tall you are.
So using, Obed, which function are we going to use? Because we have the opposite and adjacent, right? So we need to use tangent. Of what?
33.
Thank you, Obed. Equals what?
What's the equal?
What is it equal to? So it's that over that, right?
15 over h.
That over that?
No, that over that.
Okay, can we be more precise in our language, please?
Okay, sorry about that.
Multiply each side to the key.
So he uses the word that again. But
That.
you can solve that, right?
Of course.
We studied this last week. So what's the tangent of 33? This is a calculator problem. Making sure we're in degree mode. Right?
Wait, where'd you get it?
Why?
Why?
There's a little curl there.
Oh.
What's the tangent of 33?
Tangent of 33, it's, we got a calculator.
What? Somebody? Anybody? Times? You guys are killing me.
I got this for sure.
Okay. You sucking up your time to work on homework. Good job. 0.8.
Tangent of 33 is 0.64.
6-4 what?
9.
9 what?
4.
Okay, go to 4 decimal places.
Always.
Now multiply by 15.
15, that is equal to that, 9.7411. That's the height. That's why.
Okay, that is not, is that the height of the lamppost?
No, you gotta add your height.
Okay, how tall is this?
How tight is he? I don't know.
We'll make it easy. Hey, 6 feet tall. So what do we have to do?
6'5".
Oh my gosh. Saw that video.
Now there's your official approximate height, because we don't have a...
15.
If you're using a clinometer that surveyors use, you're going to get the perfect number. Okay. If you're using a cell phone, better put approximate. Ish. You could put ish here if you want, and we're good to go. Okay.
That's 15.
What?
If you had a tape measure, why don't you have gone to the top of that measure there?
You can't reach that high. Most tape measures go.
Exactly. Well, that's why
Okay.
you can climb the pole.
Next.
No, he's not a.
We are now walking along, and we see a parking lot full of cars. Right?
That's a great car.
And we're like, hey man, I wonder how long this parking lot is. So here's the sidewalk, and here's the sidewalk.
Why did you have to go on the sidewalk? Where did it come from?
It's parked.
It's a parking lot. Are you sure?
It's a parking lot. Okay,
That's great.
so you think, wow, I have my clinometer with me.
Wow.
I can figure out how far across this parking lot that other sidewalk is.
You must have been one of those kids that got beat up.
I did the beating up, and don't you forget it. Okay, you still have a triangle. Let's call this angle of depression 4 degrees. You are still 6 feet tall, so we have nice even round numbers.
So black.
Obviously,
What is on the other side?
Is that like a tree?
sidewalk.
It's a chicken, because they didn't want to cross the road, Cal.
What's that little like?
All these squiggle marks are because my computer went crazy. Sorry.
Wait, what's the
So
little
that's
like?
not a bush?
Is that a?
This is a triangle.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's that?
oh, there it is. Sidewalk.
Oh, is it? Oh, I get it now.
That's depression.
That you're formed. Here's your angle of sadness and depression.
Oh.
Because you're looking down, right? Okay. Where does this 6... Okay. Do I have any sides of this triangle here? Yeah, you can use 6.
So wait, just right there. Where are we?
Wow.
Are we trying to find the length or the hypotenuse?
Okay. how far across the sidewalk, how big is the parking lot? That's the question.
Yeah, the tape measure.
So you would use,
We still have, which sides? Opposite and
Opposite and
adjacent, so we're still gonna use, here's the
tangent on 40
difference,
is 0.83.
That's definitely 4, not 40.
4 degrees. Point what, Caleb?
Tangent of 4 is 0.0699.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How do I solve that?
It's 0 point. It's 0.06.
Oh, that makes it better, okay. I was starting to wonder. Man, that parking lot's gonna be 12 feet long.
Really?
How do I solve for x?
You could
Yeah, multiply by x, divide by, that's not what I want to do, right? Divide by 0.0699. Okay, divide. Okay, there you go. Do I have to subtract or add anything?
Absolutely.
Nope. We're good to go.
Wait, why is there a line next to it?
Feet.
Oh.
No, the parking lot 85 centimeters.
There are, do you want me to show you a harder one?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the harder one. You ever been curious about how tall that mountain is right there?
Yeah. All my life I was just wondering.
You can actually figure this out without a tape measure.
Google.
Okay, mountain. Can you, if you're standing out here, can you measure with a tape measure to the center of that?
Yep.
To make your triangle?
Yep.
No, you can't, obviously, because you can't walk through walls. Thank you very much. But there's a way you can still do this. Okay, one angle. Okay, we'll call it 37.6 degrees. So you need that, and then you also need a second angle. Okay, no. So you need two different angles.
Oh, because
Okay. Because we don't know how far we are from it, the mountain, right? From the center of the mountain.
Oh.
We need to be measuring from the center of the mountain. Okay. Call that y and x. You do know how far from here to here, correct? You can measure that up?
Yep.
Let's call it 1,000 feet in this case. You have a rangefinder with you.
Wait, see that 6-foot man.
All right, very quickly. We can set up tangent 40.5 equals y over x here, correct?
Yep.
Here, tangent 37.6 equals what? Y over x plus 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be this whole side. Right, so we have two equations, two variables. I can set up a system of equations to solve this. Okay. If I multiply this on both sides, I get y equals x plus 1,000 times tan 37.6, right?
Yes.
I've multiplied on both sides. Here, I can multiply by x on both sides and get x tan 40.5 equals y. Right?
So you're multiplying.
I multiplied the denominator out of both of those. I am going to use substitution because they're both equal to y. Right? So I can set these two equal to each other. X plus 1,000. Are you regretting your decision to see a hard one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I can see it in your
let's
face.
never have one of these on a test.
System of equations. Right?
Yeah.
So I have set them equal to each other, and I can solve for x. And that will give me x. I can plug x in, and I can calculate y.
Wow.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
So wait, first of all, let's do this.
So what's the tangent values?
Yep.
37.6.
This one is what?
0.7701.
Okay, and the other one?
No, tangent of 37.5 is
37.6.
0.76.
Yeah, but I have 37.6 written up here.
Oh, yeah.
What's tan 40.5?
That is 0.8540.
Okay, I need to distribute. Right? Hippity hoppity property. What's that times 1,000? 770.01. Oh, we got an extended pager. Subtract, right?
No, it's not a movie.
You with me here, or are you just hanging out? All right, subtract those two. 0.0839. Correct? Now divide. What's the answer? Probably slightly different than the book.
It is.
If I get close, that was the first one.
Yeah.
Brandon, you lost.
770.060169.
No.
Oh, George divided it.
What did you do?
I subtracted it.
8,000 something probably.
1, 9.
You said 2,700.
Okay, 92 times 9,267.1480.
Okay. Now, I've lost some of you. Take that x value, plug it in.
That's all.
They're going to be very close. What did you get for the answer there? Ten 40.5 enter times.
No, come on.
What is it?
10.5 times 9,267.140.
That is 7,914.885.
I still won.
Okay, so there's a harder one.
Thank you.
If I were to give you a tip, I would say know how to do something like that. Not for purposes of the test. I don't remember if it's on the test. It might be the level 4 problem on the test. We won't know how to do it.
I beat you.
There you go.
Can't go over it.
I'm using absolute value.
Oh, I thought you said him.
No,
He gets 27 miles. But I'm using absolute value, so it's still long value.
hey Brandon, guess what? We weren't using it, so we won.
We were the creators of the competition.
If I feel better.
There's your homework. You have due tomorrow.
Why?
Look, you've got like 3 new problems to do and a bunch of review.
That's not
It's like 10 problems.
Those problems or anything like that.
One of them probably is. Tomorrow, if you have a cell phone, download that iLevel app. Just look up Level app
Level.
so we can go around and measure stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll get out of the classroom tomorrow, okay? Somewhat boring, but it's just it'll be.